It's definitely a hot topic. How to tap into your mixed voice.
Like just high notes in general.
Yeah, I know, and I know you can't spend all day on this. And
Yeah, this is a big topic, and people know where to dive deeper if they want to with us. But yeah, so we can talk about mixed voice in a second, and why I also think that it can overcomplicate things for people, or they can become obsessed, like I did on my journey. I was like, mixed voice. I spent like 4 years.
Yeah.
Mixed voice. Went to
Right.
so many coaches, programs, courses just on mixed voice, and it's kind of this elusive thing of mixed voice. And it's like, meanwhile, while we're all trying to figure out mixed voice, you got Post Malone who's like stunting on every singer trying to figure out mixed voice. He doesn't care one bit. So at some point, there's a bit of diminishing returns, unless you want to be a vocal coach and you need to learn all these things. We can talk about that in a second, but let's just talk about high notes in general, and this will help you tap into mixed voice. But for high notes in general, the way that I like to think about it is you're just wanting to learn to activate one main muscle on the vocal cords called the TA muscle. It's responsible for getting a more thick, speaking-like quality tone in your upper range. For all the voice science nerds like me out there, I understand I'm oversimplifying things, but just bear with me, let's be practical.
Yeah.
I want to be practical in these. So, so two exercises that I would like to do back to back for anybody right now that's like, I just want to feel, what does it feel like to be released? You can try these two exercises on a high note, okay? The overall idea is that we want to remain tension-free. We want an open space in the throat and the mouth, but then we want to have an ideal blend of nasal and mouth resonance. So when you're getting up into your mixed voice, we want to tap into some nasality. That doesn't mean that you're going to sound nasally. It just means that we're going to be resonating within the natural amplification, within the skull and within the nasal cavities, okay? So so two exercises anybody could try. Let's pick a high note. And I'm straining. Someone's trying to sing it, and it's like, hand is over my throat.
Veins are popping out.
Yeah, exactly. Let's take that note. What I want people to do at home is place their mouth like around their wrist, or the back of their hand, or if they want to use a bottle or whatever, they can do that. But you want to vocalize into your hand where only a little bit of air is escaping out the sides. It's almost going to feel like you're fighting the sound to come out. You're not yelling, but you're also like you don't want just a bunch of air to escape.
Right.
It would sound like this. This exercise helps activate that certain muscle called the TA muscle I was talking about. I'm not sure if I named it, but it's the thyroarytenoid muscle is what I said before, that certain muscle that you want to activate. It's called the TA or thyroarytenoid. This really helps activate that without having to consciously control it. So people can start to feel what it feels like. I would encourage anybody to just slide up and down the range. Right there, I'm getting into my upper range, but that TA is activated versus a ooh.
Yeah.
That's more of a falsetto-like tone, a head voice-like tone. It doesn't have that same speaking voice quality that I think people want with high notes. So as I talk, I would love for everybody at home to be doing that. Once you get the hang of that, I would recommend try releasing your voice. What a lot of people will find is that as soon as they try to release into a high note, bad habits kick back in, tension kicks back in, and that like hand over the throat kicks back in, and it's like, oh.
It's like this feeling of kind of being squeezed in the throat.
Exactly. So it might be like, those are two different tones. As soon as I let go, I held back. So that's what will happen to probably 95% of people doing this. You don't want that to happen. You want to train getting the sound when you release as close to the feeling of openness and loudness as it was when you had it when you were vocalizing into the hand, okay? Might be more like this. Much more loud than where most people will be. Okay, so then the next thing that
really good.
the next thing that you want to do, once you find that place of openness, is you want to start adding a slight bit of nasal resonance. And one exercise that I love to, just throw out for people that they can do at home, and this is all very basic. There's so much more that we could dive into this, and there's really a holistic approach that's better than just like, let me try a little high notes today and a little bit of this today and a little bit of that today. Like, been there, done that. Doesn't work well. But anyway, once they find that place of openness where the vocalizing into the hand and releasing the hand feels similar, then add a slight nasality with maybe a meow. That's one simple exercise people can do. So it would be like, meow, meow, meow.
That's so great.
Meow.
You can really hear it.
Yeah, you can hear
the difference.
when I add that slight bit of nasality. That's when it adds a bit of richness, and this might be capping me, but is that loud?
It's powerful. But it's powerful, and you're projecting without like any kind of strain or tension. Yeah, that's really great.
It feels effortless.
Right.
And there's a richness when we add that slight bit of nasality. The reason I also love the meow is because it goes through every pure vowel. Ah, yeah, oh, meow, meow, meow. So we're not just trying to be a cat for no reason. Because you also need to work all your vowels in the upper range. And we could talk about this a lot. People know where to dive deeper if they really want to get into the exercises. They really want to get into the training. But the overall idea is that you need to stay relaxed in the throat and the mouth, open up, contract that TA muscle, just how you feel it when when doing an exercise like that. Once you're able to release that and it's loud, it's powerful, then add a slight bit of nasal resonance. And to me, that's how you're going to get your ideal mixed voice sound. You're also going to get your ideal just high notes in general. Final thing I'll say on mixed voice is that I think that it is a disservice to a lot of people who have a goal of being a singer and not just maybe an academic with it. And if the goal isn't academics or just being a vocal coach, that's fantastic. But if the goal is being a singer, I would be careful diving too far down the mixed voice rabbit hole on YouTube and just
there's just
obsessed.
Information overload around just that one topic, mixed voice. It's like everyone wants to know how to develop their mixed voice, and that's just one very small, which said it's one very, very small.
It's one small pice of it. And you can write hit songs without even knowing your mixed voice. Like,
to make a hit song.
No, I know, we both know incredibly successful singers who might come to us and they don't have a mixed voice, but they're already very successful. People would trade to have their career, certainly, right? A lot of people that are on the come up and they didn't give one care about mixed voice. So at the end of the day, I think I would just encourage every upcoming singer out there to keep the main thing. What's your goal? Is your goal academics? Is your goal to be a technique buff? Is your goal to be a vocal coach? And if it's not, then and really you just want to like blow up on TikTok, let's just say. Like, let's get you a mixed voice, absolutely, but then let's create a holistic voice. And don't become obsessed with just this one small elusive area of the voice, would be my opinion.
Because last thing is that really the most important thing?
No.
Like you said, what would be more important to really, really take the time to develop more than anything?
Probably the foundation of understanding breathing, your mind to vocal cord connection, pitch, your tone, and then throwing on top of that understanding the law of emotional transference we talk about, which is just being able to connect emotionally with people. You know those four things. Breathing, pitch, designing a great tone, and then learning to emotionally connect.
That's great.
You can write hit songs. And mixed voice on top of that, fantastic. You can do a lot more. But you don't need it.
That's great. This is really priceless stuff. I mean, you dive deep in the course, but
into
just
mixed voice and everything.
But even just giving that much is like totally valuable and something that will allow someone to kind of even just get a jump start and focus on the right things, and not just focus on the mixed voice and focus on, but really, like you say, isolate the variable, focus on one thing at a time.
But don't become too obsessed, with kind of an elusive concept of something like a mixed voice. I see a lot of that happening, and I would just encourage people, unless their goal is to be the mixed voice guy or girl, the mixed voice girl, design a holistic voice, design an awesome voice, and then
Right.
go get after your dream.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's
mixed
great.
voice will come, but don't obsess over it right now.
Right. That's good.
Yeah.